I thought Kenya was the king of Africa. I thought Kenya was the business above Africa. I thought Kenya was the capital of Africa. But with all that, how comes Kenya is losing investors to Tanzania? How true is the statement that Kenya is losing investors to Tanzania? And if it is true that Kenya is losing investors to Tanzania, what are some of the reasons that are leading to this? And apart from the reasons, is it possible that Kenya can regain its position as the business destination of East Africa? Or what are some of the things Kenya can do to regain its reign? Now, to find out, kindly watch this video up to the end, because I am about to reveal everything regarding this matter. So first of all, I will review the infrastructure in these two countries, because business is directly dependent on the robustness of infrastructure. So it is even confusing because Kenya and Tanzania are among the leading East African countries when it comes to infrastructure. Actually, not among the leading. They are the leading countries when it comes to infrastructure. And to make things even more confusing or exciting, to say so, some sources are even saying that Tanzania is now the leader in massive infrastructure in East Africa. I don't know how true this is, but I will probably be making a video about that claim. So Kenya and Tanzania, you talk of good roads, they have good roads. You talk of good railway network, they are among the best in Africa. You talk of airports, they are among the best in Africa. But how comes businesses are all over sudden choosing Tanzania over Kenya? So I have some reasons. There are some reasons that I strongly believe might be the reason behind this particular move. And the first one, I will talk about efficiency. Yes, for several years, Kenya used to dominate the logistics sector, especially the port of Mombasa. Used to be the most dominant, the most efficient in the region. But in the past few years, Tanzania has been working quietly to correct its mistakes. Tanzania has been working very hard to fix the problems in its Dar es Salaam port. And today, as we speak, the efficiency of operations in the port of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania has improved significantly, surpassing Mombasa. So instead of waiting for almost 1 week, sometimes 10 days, for your cargo to be cleared at at the port of Mombasa. In Dar es Salaam, the duration has shortened quite significantly. It is now taking 2 to 3 days for your cargo to get cleared. And in addition to that, there is a free 30 days storage offered by the Tanzanian government. So even if you are the investor, which option will you choose between Mombasa and Dar es Salaam? Will you go and wait for 9 or even 10 days in Mombasa, or go to Tanzania and wait for 2 or 3 days and even enjoy free 30 days storage at the port if necessary? Which option would you go for? I think the answer to that is very open. Then, apart from efficiency, there is also this issue about cheap power. There is a much cheaper electrical power in Tanzania as compared to Kenya, and thanks to strategic projects such as the Julius Nyerere hydro power plant that was constructed on River Rufiji in Tanzania. This dam is massive. This dam is very huge. And without any doubt, the Julius Nyerere Dam has doubled Tanzania's power capacity. So when there is enough power becomes cheap, and the cost of production goes significantly down. Go to Kenya and you will agree with me that the opposite is true. In Kenya, power is very expensive. And when power is expensive, the cost of production climbs high. And as a result of that, any sane investor, any serious investor will choose Tanzania for a cheaper power. So that is that. That is the reality. There is no better way of putting it. And finally, another reason that I strongly believe is making investors to choose Tanzania over Kenya is political stability and predictability. In order for businesses to prosper, then there must be long-term stability. The political environment must be promising. If the political environment is always shaky and slippery, then it will be very, very difficult to do business in that kind of environment. So here comes the two options we have today. We have Kenya and we have Tanzania. So starting with Kenya. Kenya is experiencing politics-related violence after almost every 5 years. The elections in Kenya are always very intense. They are always very divisive. And as a result, the business environment is becoming a little more difficult to predict. And as a result, if you are an investor, it becomes very difficult to have long-term plans in that kind of environment. It becomes extremely difficult to do business in that kind of environment. Now, on the side of Tanzania, yes, I cannot say that Tanzania is perfect, but as compared to Kenya, Tanzania has got a much stable political environment, and with the stability in place, investors gain confidence. Investors, instead of planning for 5 years, investors can strategize and plan for the long term. They can plan for decades and still be sure that nothing will go wrong in the next 5 years. Nothing will go wrong in the next 10 years, and so on. The next one. And before moving to the next one, if you are enjoying the video so far, kindly let me know in the comment section. And also, if you are on this channel for the first time, kindly subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future videos. And also don't forget giving this video a like, because that is the best way of telling YouTube that it is a good video, so they may continue suggesting it to many other viewers. Now let's move to the next reason why I believe most investors might be choosing Tanzania over Kenya. So the next one is the tax burden. The tax is the fee that a business pays to the government in order to do business in a given country. So it means that the higher the tax is, the higher the operation costs, and thereby the lower the return on investment. So if a country has got higher taxes, if a country has got multiple taxes, the cost of doing business becomes high, leading to low profits. Now let us try and bring that into the case of Kenya and Tanzania. In Kenya, there are multiple taxes, and not just multiple. The rates are higher as compared to Tanzania. So the high taxes in Kenya is making it relatively difficult for businesses to operate sustainably in Kenya than in Tanzania. And as a result, the investors will most likely choose a country like Tanzania if they are given the two options. If the two options are Kenya and Tanzania, then we know that they are going to choose Tanzania over Kenya. So guys, that brings us to the end of this discussion. Always feel free to share with me your thoughts in the comment section. In case there is something I've missed or something I've gotten wrong, feel free to let me know in the comment section. And just as I have said, don't forget to give this video a like, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now, bye for now, and see you again in the next video.